Hi there, this is Zoe Nightingale, and you're listening to Nursery, a podcast from Ohio's Creative Voice.
Hey guys, welcome to Nursery. I'm Lee Boyle.
I'm Ellen Frost.
I'm Pepe Parrish.
I'm Cory.
And we are about to do a commentary track on the episode Last X to Brooklyn, Will and Grace, season
6.
Season 6, episode 2, I believe.
6, yes.
Yeah, season 6, episode 2, Will and Grace fans. If you're tuning in because you searched Will and Grace, prepare to be disappointed. We don't really know what we're talking about. So if you've got your DVD or if it's on Netflix by the time you're listening to this or whatever, get ready to press play in 3, 2, 1, go. We open on some cafes.
It's funny because this cafe is every show has their cool hangout.
And this is a Panera Bread, right?
Yeah, it never says Panera.
Oh.
They never say Panera, but
No, but you can see in later, there's certain episodes they'll have to-go mugs that have the Panera logo, and it's really strange.
but they don't say. Oh yeah, it says Panera even on. Do you see that?
Yeah, on those cups.
Oh,
see,
there
that's
it
the
is.
Panera logo.
Yeah.
It's so weird.
Weird.
Yeah, right there too.
So
Oh,
it's
so-
weird because they're not always in it. It's not like Central Perk and Friends where they're always in it, but.
So
Karen,
Karen just pulled out Chompers, who
a tiny little dog.
Yeah, so yeah, all 4 of the main cast are in the cafe. Karen introduces Chompers. Jack loves him immediately, I believe, right? Is that how it goes? Mm-hmm. And he starts referring to him later in the episode as Chompers, the Earl of Puppydom. Which is a very quotable line in our circles, but something you don't actually find a lot of people saying, weirdly enough. I don't know why people aren't as cool as we are. So Jack's excited about Chompers coming out of Karen's purse.
Oh, this part's funny because Karen and Jack in unison keep being like, "Yay!"
Oh, yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
yeah,
And
there it is.
I think that this is exposition to get ready for. Are they already talking about the dinner
No, I
party?
don't think so.
No, not yet. They're just talking about the dog and some.
Yeah, I
It's-
think. Well, Karen was talking about having a dinner party, and that's why they're like, "Yay!" You know,
Oh, really?
and
Okay.
inviting
Well,
Leo's
whoever's
ex.
watching this, if they're watching with sound, and you're wrong.
I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure.
Pretty sure it's Will
Why
and
do they
Grace.
have the dog in the coffee shop?
You know what? You would think I'd know because even Lee just asked, you think we'll be okay without closed captioning since I can't get it to work? And it's we know these episodes well enough. And I couldn't tell you. And,
She just had it.
put a
in
gun to
hers.
my head. I actually don't
Karen
know.
just does whatever she wants
Yeah.
and doesn't.
Yeah.
take
So
anybody's
listeners,
shit,
we just have a copy of the DVD that doesn't provide closed captioning, so we're gonna have some misfires. So don't yell at your podcast and be like, that's not what happened. Just roll with it. We know enough.
But all we do know is that pattern on Grace's dress is
God
going
awful.
for it.
Yeah. Grace takes a lot of
always
fashion risks.
Yeah.
There's Leo. Leo has always been a kind of a cool character, but for my money, didn't stack up to Woody Harrelson's acting. He was so much
Yeah.
better.
Yeah, Leo isn't it? She is.
Mira Sorvino enters as a guest.
It's Leo's ex-girlfriend.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a great
Who
idea.
just so happens to be the only woman Will has ever had sex with.
Okay, we're not to
Spoilers.
that point yet.
But that's all right. That's
Oh
okay.
yeah. Never mind.
Mira Sorvino is a good actress, but I don't care for her.
Yeah.
Leo's ex-
Okay, so for a
Leo's
little
ex-girlfriend.
background on this, she's I think she's I don't think she's a designer. She does something in fashion, and he bumped into her, their exes. He bumped into her on the subway, invited her over, and Grace was like, yeah, I'm a cool wife. Yeah, let's do this.
She's trying to prove that she's cool with
she
it.
wants to prove that she's cool, and she is the cool wife. And so far she's doing well. They get along really well at this point, all very complimentary to each other, and
She wants to know if Leo traded up or traded down.
yeah, exactly. Oh, she's in love with the purse.
Mm.
Oh, yeah, the Hermes
The Birkin bag.
bag. Yeah.
At the end of the entire Will and Grace series, are Leo and Grace together? Dumb question.
Yeah,
They are.
yeah.
Yeah, I watched.
She
Spoilers.
goes, yeah.
But a lot happens in between too.
Yeah.
Guys, if
Spoilers
you've
for
never-
a decade-old show.
If you've
Yeah.
never watched the entire series, try not to listen to these spoilers.
Yeah,
They're
you
gonna
probably
ruin
aren't
it.
going to be listening to this if you have. You might, but maybe it will get you into Will and Grace by you listening to this. Who knows?
I
We
did-
highly recommend it.
I did see that Mira's lips just said something about a dirty skank. I did catch that.
She's trying to give her her purse.
Yeah,
No,
she's
she wants to admire
because she
your
gets all
purse.
kinds of free stuff, and now Grace and Leah's
She's like a
oh,
fashion
she doesn't
editor
want
for
it. and
Vogue or
Grace, yeah.
something.
Oh, she's a writer, I think. Yeah,
Yes,
that's
so she gets free swag,
right. Yeah.
and she's trying to.
And
Make
this
a
is
good
where she's
impression.
like saying she's gonna put on more makeup because she thought Grace was gonna be uglier.
Yeah.
And this is where Grace says, "You traded down." Yeah, there you see that. Wait, yeah.
She realizes, yeah. That's pretty good. Not to sound too much like Talk Salad and Talk Salad and Scrambled Eggs, but this is a James Burrows directed episode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's cool among people that like TV shows and here at Geeks because he had his hand in Cheers,
And that's this.
Caroline in the City, Friends, all
Wait,
kinds
remind that thing in next month. Is that a Jim Burrows?
Yeah, I
That's
think
Jim Burrows
so,
special
yeah.
writer.
I
Or
think
is that
so.
the
I think,
writer?
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like he's a famous director. And
Okay,
that's cool.
Jack and Karen and Will just walked in.
That's why this is a bottle episode.
Karen has a black
Yeah.
bag.
It's a
bottle episode,
Is
yeah.
the dog in it?
Of course it is because that guy's involved, right? Isn't he kind of famous for? Will's
freaking out because she has the Hermes bag,
And he's been on a waiting list for it.
Yeah.
Oh, there's Karen's dog.
She tries to give it to Leo now, and he's like, "I always wanted a dog, and I still do. What is this?"
Why are they trying to pawn the dog off on him? What's going on?
I don't remember where she goes. Oh, I remember where the dog came from. This is during the Mini Driver section of the show.
He just said the Earl of
Yeah.
Puppy doing it.
The Earl of Puppy Dog.
And they found, like, she was like, Karen's doing a gross joke about the dog warming her genitals.
Privates.
Is that-
Her genitals.
Yeah. But
How
yeah.
can that dog even cover her genitals?
Yeah, I
It's
don't
tiny.
know. But yeah, so Karen's husband, who's now dead, had a mistress, Mini Driver, and they found the dog in with her
living
stuff.
off of
Oh yeah,
scraps of
food and
stands.
stains pants cuff or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. And if you're listening to this with sound, you definitely already know this.
This is where,
Grace just found out.
yeah,
But most people would put captions on to hear our
Yeah.
colorful commentary.
Yeah.
Jack just announces that she's the only woman Will's ever had sex with, and Grace is freaking out.
After being so cool about being the cool wife, Leo and her have been together, and now she can't handle the Will thing.
And Leo's feelings get hurt because Grace isn't mad that this girl, played by Mira Sorvino, hasn't slept with him, but she does care that she slept with Will.
Right.
For whatever reason. She's jealous.
She's salting the tomatoes, and Will's like, "It looks more like you're ass salting them."
Or Leo. No, Will.
Yeah, Leo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's funny, yeah.
Those plates in the background. This is the first time I'm noticing them. Those are some nice plates.
Deborah Messing kind of carries the comedy throughout this whole episode. Because everybody else kind of plays straight man.
President of things that make sense.
Yeah. Everybody plays straight man to her and Karen in this, Like everybody plays straight man.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Karen
in this
especially.
episode, Karen is just hitting on
This is-
Mira Sorvino the
Right.
whole time.
Yeah, this is one of those episodes where you really get a clear shot of Karen's bisexuality in
Yeah,
this
really.
series.
Yeah.
And I saw a video recently of Karen's bisexual moments kind of all spliced together in one
Oh,
video. And man, you don't realize how much she really does in this series to
Yeah, there's
make you wonder
some
which way
points
she
where
goes
she's
or-
kind of hitting on Grace.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, definitely.
Big time.
She's like Grace is talking about a kiss or something, and she's like, "Shut up and show me."
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Right.
Grace kisses her, and she almost passes out.
That's right. That's a good moment. I love that Karen and Jack both carry these weird flames for the other two.
Yeah, right.
Apparently, that's not something that's going to totally come to fruition, but it's
Uh,
funny.
aren't they kind of describing their one night stand in college?
Yeah,
Yeah,
and she
Will's-
talks about
yeah.
having her hair burn on the hot plate.
Yeah, and how
She-
he was just crying the whole time.
Yeah, and then she says something to the effect of I appreciate that you did a load of whites or something before you left or something.
Oh, that's right.
Here's Karen hitting on her.
Won't make out.
Won't make out.
And then
And she's like,
Nice
let's see
to-
how the night goes.
yeah.
That's right. Mira Sorvino wasn't right for this part. She's great.
See,
They
I
cast
couldn't
that.
imagine anyone else in it now, but like,
Right, but
because I think she does a good job with what she was given, but yeah, she certainly wouldn't have been my first choice for
No,
this.
not at all.
At all. I don't. Karen. Maybe later, Karen. I don't know who I would put in her place though.
Betty White.
Maybe.
I feel like I would glamorize that role a little and put like Nicole Kidman or somebody in it. I know
Okay.
it's kind of high profile for not for Will and Grace. They have tons of
They've
people.
had, like,
Yeah.
Madonna was... And,
Right.
and I hate Madonna, but I kind of love the episode she was in because she was playing like a ditzy, bratty teenage kind of character, and she played it pretty well, even though
Yeah.
I think she's so dumb.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, Mira Sorvino, I feel like she was cast based on her nailing the psycho moment at the end. Where
Yeah.
She, like, but I feel
Yeah.
like up until that, she's the wrong person. Like, the sitcoms in this era, I know this lasted till 2007, right, or something. No,
It was 2006, I think.
Yeah.
they sitcoms in this era, they sometimes don't have they have real freakouts. Like the freakouts are really well acted.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
they did away
He's
with that.
so cute.
He's,
Ooh,
Oh my
a puppy.
gosh, it's tiny.
Yeah, it's
It's
so
smaller
cute.
than Jeremy.
Yeah,
Oh, wait, is it Chompers
Oh, yeah.
or Champers?
This- Chompers.
Chompers, I think.
okay.
This is when they're just like walking him around the dining room, and he's like, "Do your duty for daddy."
Yeah, oh, yeah, and they're like, you're like, you said take him for a walk, and she meant like outside.
Like, okay, we'll take him outside.
yeah. Jack's like lines are minimized here, but they're always good when he's.
Oh yeah, and then you hear them from the room, and they're like, "He almost made it."
Oh, yeah.
And Karen's like, "It's as big
And then-
as he is."
Oh, they put a hat over it or something.
But the freak out, I'm not advocating that the Big Bang Theory is better than Will and Grace. It is nowhere near. Will and Grace is like a masterpiece.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah.
but I like that more modern sitcoms, their freakouts are more like geek outs and like kind of cartoony.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because Will and Grace had some real freakouts. They were great though.
Yeah,
They
there were
were
a couple
Every
fights that were very
episode had a
scary.
freak out.
They've had,
Like
they've
a
had
Will
some
freak
real
out.
dramatic
Yeah.
episodes that were
Yeah.
actually they had to actually have some acting.
Eric
chops to pull
McCormick
off.
was really great at doing serious moments.
Yeah.
He was my favorite actor.
Deborah Messing did a pretty good job. I think she's better at dramatic acting than she is sometimes at.
Oh, I don't know. She's so
I don't
good at
know.
comedy.
They're like hating.
Yeah.
She does
Yeah.
the spit takes too
She's
much,
fu-
right?
What's funny
I'm sure
is
that
that-
happened a lot. Like,
It's funny because I feel like they're all really good stage actors, and that's why it's good for a sitcom like this. But
right.
Grace isn't as much of a stage actor, which comes out in the live episodes because she's the one that has a hard time not
Yeah.
laughing the whole
Right.
time.
And then she kind of just instigates, Jack.
I would
Yeah.
have loved to have seen a live Frasier episode. That would have been
God,
fun.
that
Yeah,
would've been
it's
good.
because
They would
we
have
got
been.
we got like live 30 Rock, live Will and Grace. What else have done live episodes?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, I guess like Friends never did it.
No.
But I think
Frasier
Frasier
would've
would have been
been
good because
perfect,
they're
'cause
all
it's-
really good at that.
Frasier is like all stage acting.
Right. But these guys one upped them in a lot of ways. Like, only
Yeah.
because they came later. For
Yeah.
no other reason than
Yeah.
that. But, like, the Frasier moment, the Valentine's Day episode where he has the one-man show of burning his tablecloth. And
Yeah, yeah.
Great, but they Will and Grace beat it within, like, the first two seasons.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
they're just better at, like, filling the camera up with their characters. Like, they're better at, like, knowing where to place themselves. And that's only because Frasier was earlier.
Yeah.
Like, Frasier probably would be better.
Oh, this is where Diane says. She says that they're like she says like, I know it seems like I have to be drunk to have sex or to have fun. Or wait, what does she say? Because they're talking about her being drunk
Yeah.
when she's having sex with people, and she's like,
Yeah.
I don't. It just makes it better. And then Karen just like slowly
Pours her more wine.
Pours her more wine.
Yeah. Karen pours more wine.
Yeah.
Now it looks like, Grace and the ex are about to get into it. Mm-hmm. Then they get the fight broken up.
I gotta say,
Oh,
there's
they
something...
keep talking about kebabs,
Oh yeah.
and everybody's like, Grace is like, haven't had your kebabs. How could I know if I've liked your kebabs?
Oh yeah, they do a big metaphor about sex. Yeah, that's right. That's right.
And so they're talking about her kebabs, how she has good kebabs or something like that. And Karen's like, and nice katits.
And then Mira Sorvino's character just said something about how good Will was, and Will was like, yes,
Will was better.
Yeah, he was excited.
Jack and Karen in this episode are so funny together.
Yeah, they're just like not paying attention to anything that's going on. They're just like being completely obnoxious. I don't know. There's something weird about that dress she's wearing. Diane, there's something weird to me about a dress that is long sleeve but then is so mini. Like, it's just like such a weird dress.
Oh, let me look again.
Yeah, it's just let me get another look.
Yeah.
Their centerpiece is bigger than the table.
I know.
Well,
here comes Grace.
So Grace is confronting Will about why he didn't have sex with her but had sex with his other girl. The ex.
And then I feel real bad for Diane in this point because he's basically is like, because I cared about you, Grace. I didn't care about this girl. And that's what eventually leads to her meltdown.
Right. And spoilers, her meltdown, including the information that, her only orgasm in her whole life was just from Will.
Yeah.
What?
And then Leo gets really...
And then,
Maybe she has that crying sex thing.
Without context, that is great.
Yeah.
Crying sex thing.
Ellen watched this movie called...
No. Let's leave it at
just
that.
leave it there.
Never mind. Ellen just has this crying sex thing she references.
I do not.
So Leo's trying to be like, why are you not jealous of me having sex with Diane, was it?
Yeah, Diane. And then she acts like she's coming to her senses, and then she gets right back into it when he goes in for the hug or kiss or whatever it is he does.
Which is weird.
I keep like saying what's going to happen instead of what's happening.
That's okay. That's all right.
What's also cool about Will and Grace, as well as Friends and Frasier and Seinfeld, is like there are a lot of
he misses the kiss. Sorry, go on.
There are a lot of guest stars. They're on all the shows. Like Megan Mullally was on Frasier, and Deborah Messing was on Seinfeld, and
George Costanza was on Friends.
Yeah.
Or sorry, Jason Alexander.
We were talking earlier about how the guy that plays Noel in Frasier was a choir director on Will and Grace, and he was a chef interviewing Monica in Friends. And he's awesome.
Yeah, he's a pretty funny character. He's definitely like I don't know, he belonged, right? He belongs as like a cameo or like that extremely secondary character like on Frasier. He does well with that. I don't.
Yeah. One of your two Okay, so this is Diane realizes that.
Yeah, this is where she said it meant nothing to him, and she's like, "Well, it meant something to me."
And this is where Grace is like steps out. She's like, "All right, I got what I needed out of this. Now I'm gonna back out."
Yeah.
And I think this is where Grace is like, the girl's a mess. Somewhere around here.
Right.
And she's, only orgasm she's ever had. And I think Will's like, how is that possible? I didn't even take off my underwear. And she's like, you spun me right round, baby, right round.
Yeah. She's just not right for this part, man.
There are a couple. Right. There's the girl's a mess. Oh, so is your Birkin bag. Bad boy Chomper.
Chomper's poop in the Birkin bag.
Yeah, I think that there are certain lines that she does in this episode that I'm like, she like nailed that line. But then other lines I'm like, man, maybe it was the writing, and it's just like, who could have acted saying that, like saying the words to that song? You know what I mean?
Yeah, who could have done that?
I feel like a lot of times in sitcoms that are filmed in front of a live audience, people, when they're delivering like certain punchlines that take a little longer, they start to like rush through it and like say it loud because they're trying to say it over a crowd that started laughing too soon.
Yeah.
You ever get that?
Yeah. But there were some people that just had perfect timing. Maybe it was because there were scenes that were shot outside their comfort zones. But Jennifer Lopez nailed it. But maybe that's because they were like on the elevator in the subway and stuff.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Jennifer Lopez.
Mira Sorvino has a bottle episode to deal with. That's harder, I guess.
Yeah.
So maybe I'm not giving her enough credit.
Yeah.
But wasn't Jennifer Lopez one of you guys' favorite guests?
No.
No?
I mean, those are good episodes, but I just don't love her.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm surprised. I thought you guys liked her. Oh, I think, you know what, I heard you guys talk about how much worse Janet was.
Yeah.
Janet was
That-
worse.
so I
Jennifer
assumed
Lopez
you
did
guys
better than
thought,
Janet.
yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, this is right where the night was. I was hoping the night was going to go.
Karen chases
Yeah.
after Diane. None of them seem to have noticed it that much till now.
Maybe she has the crying sex thing.
Yeah, well, it seems like it. I was gonna say, I think this is the type of episode though that if I was ever would get to be like a guest star in a sitcom, this is the kind of episode that would be fun to do. Because like I feel like a lot of guest stars were wasted. Like they had Ellen DeGeneres on this show once, and she was in like a cumulative 4 minutes of the episode.
Really?
You know what I mean? And
She was in a nun costume in the backseat of a car.
yeah, she barely had to do anything. But this seems like a really
Because
interactive.
it's a bottle episode,
Yeah, exactly.
they're all stuck at this dinner party.
Right, that you get a little more fun, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
What is going on in that dining room in terms of decoration?
Well, Grace is an interior designer,
Is she?
and she tends to over-design.
Yeah,
And that's a very over-designed dining room.
yeah. I know. Could you imagine?
It's got,
it's so ornate.
There's Moroccan stuff. There's
she's eclectic for sure.
there's French-looking plates on the walls. There's a bird cage.
Oh, Diane's drunk and sad. Karen, she's
Karen.
She's gonna go in for the kill.
What a cougar.
I know.
Jack and Karen comforting Diane. Yeah, it's funny. It would be fun to be a guest star and be a Karen or Jack and just be doing snarky commentary on the side too. Just to be that extra guest star. Are they trying to?
That's how the episode ends.
Yeah,
They
I think
pawn
she does
choppers
take it.
onto Diane.
Weird.
And she says something about I think I'll name him Will, right?
Yeah.
Because she's a psychopath by the end of the episode.
That's awesome.
So that was it.
All right, guys. Thanks for listening to Last X
From Brooklyn. Or
to
to
Brooklyn.
Yeah.
Episode 2 of Season 6 of Will and Grace with us. We hope you enjoyed it. Signing off, I'm Lee Boyle.
I am Ellen Frost. Over to you, Pepe
I'm
Bear.
Pepe. Well, thanks for giving it my
Spoilers.
name. Spoilers. Now I'm not going to say it.
And I'm Cory Foster.
I'm gonna
was
go-
going to keep that
yeah.
last name out of there, but...
I'm going to go have the crying sex thing.
Oh, God.
I think it's Jacrophilia.
Leave it to you to have a scientific term for it.
Across the screen of the movie, but I was just so horrified at what was happening.
And guys, remember, as always, for your comedy needs, go to bullskit.com, and music, go to thirdclass.net. This episode is sponsored by the Orange Avocado and the Speaking of Music show. Thanks for
Also,
listening.
if you go to never mind. Check out our website at www.bullskit.com. Enter the
That was
code
weird. Oh.
Nursery to get 50% off. That's it.
Okay.
Also, Lee is a punter.
Another inside joke you will not get.
Look it up.
You know what? Look up the word punter and look
then
at the weirdest definition, and that's what
That's probably what it is.
we are. That's what all of us are. It has to do with porn. All right, guys. Thanks for listening. Bye.